Yo, what's up? Happy Sunday, y'all. It's July 18th, 2021. This is episode 24. Take this damn echo off. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's more like it around here. That's what I'm talking about. Hope y'all ready for this week coming up. Let's have some fun. Name that tune. Yeah. So I was just noticing how when I'm out in public, just an observation, when I'm out in public, if I'm in a store, if I'm in a restaurant, if I'm just anywhere in a space where there's a closed off space and more than a few people, that it's always that one person that got that and it's like and after that 2-3 coughs, we're all just strangers and we're both looking at each other like this is the guy or this is the woman that's gonna make us have to go to fuck back in the house for another 3 months. Like, like, yo, why? Why, man? Like, yo, can't you get they're in the line in 7-Eleven, no mask. Want to get like $50 worth of scratch offs. Can I get a number three? Is that a number three? What's the number three? A big money spectacular? Oh yeah, now we get number 27. Let me go. And then that's another fucked up thing is that you get these people in line and you know it's people behind you. It's courtesy. You mother. Well, I said I was gonna refrain from using the word motherfucker from yeah, and I've been doing good. So, but you motherfuckers, you buy your shit, you stand in front of the register knowing that there's people behind you, and you want to look at your scratch offs. You really want to scratch the scratch offs right there in front of the register. You're blocking everybody. Or you want to sit there and look at what you bought and everything. Get the fuck out the line. I hate that. Cop and bop. Cop and bop is a very famous term. Ask your uncle. Ask one of your older cousins what cop and bop mean. But so yeah, I finally decided to clean up that mess of an Instagram page that I got because it's I called my page I called my page a Babylonian whore. Because I don't know how it got like that, but every time I go on my Instagram page, it's just nothing but tits and ass. I didn't ask for it to be. At first, I was like, I'm not complaining, and then it's bad when a man says it's overwhelming. It's bad when a man says it's overwhelming. I don't know what I did for it to get like that. Uh, some YouTube videos told me that when you follow one or two pages, like Instagram automatically push whatever content that you seem to like, they automatically push it towards you. So even if you don't like actually follow those pages, it's part of something that they think you like, so they put it on there anyway. So it's like the garden is just growing weeds all around it. It's choking the rose bushes. And I gotta pluck them out. What's very interesting that I learned is that if you use like third parties, third party apps to like try to clear out your Instagram followers, that Instagram doesn't like that at all, and you could end up getting your account banned. So the best thing to do is to what I was instructed, what the video told me to do was to go like look up your just thumb through it. Basically just thumb through it. And you do it on your phone because if you do it from your laptop Instagram might think it's a bot, or they might think it's like somebody's hacking your page, and they'll shut your page down. So when you do it from a phone, Instagram kind of understands that it's more of a personal thing, and you go to people that you least interact with, and I just was just clipping followers, and the first set of the first round of to get my number down, and it helped a lot because I could only do like you can only do like 200 a day. You can only unfollow like 200 people a day, and then they'd be like, you got to chill out. Actually, they put a slight ban on my account right now. I can't really like. I don't even think I could like people's photos, but it's not suspended. It's just like, yo, you gotta chill, you gotta wait. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you come back tomorrow, you do a little bit more, and yeah, but everybody that had a green check mark next to their name, and I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. Hear me out. Hear me out. Everybody that got a green check mark to their name, even if you don't follow them, if they do something that's significant or anything worth hearing about, you're going to hear it from about 30, 40 people any fucking way. So following them doesn't really make a difference because eventually, whatever they do, if any of your favorite artists or whatever they're doing, you're going to hear about it anyway. Because, like, yeah, they got like millions, thousands, hundreds of thousands, whatever. Let's take a sip of my non-alcoholic beverage today, which is a zero sugar vitamin water. I do not advertise for them. Nice. I got some stories that I picked out for y'all, and hopefully you get a chuckle out of them just the way that I did. Who's batting first? Law and Order actor Isaiah Stokes indicted for murder. I guess he couldn't just get out of character. He played a character named Tyrone Beckwith in an episode called Baggage in season 9 of Law and Order SVU. Yes. Uh, and a Queens, New York grand jury indicted TV actor Isaiah Stokes for murder on Friday. Stokes is accused of fatally shooting a man who sat in a parked car in Jamaica, Queens on Friday and I said on Friday in February. Yeah, he thought the cameras were still running. He thought the guns had blanks in them. The defendant is accused of. That's why they tell you if you got to be able to get into character and you got to know how to break character. You see what happened to Heath Ledger. The defendant is accused of unloading nearly 11 shots, Jesus, during this brazen afternoon shooting. Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz said in a press release, gun violence is all too prevalent in our neighborhoods. We will not allow it to become the norm. Stokes was arraigned before Supreme Court Justice Kenneth Holder on a 3-count indictment charging him with second-degree murder and 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. He faces 25 years of life in prison. Wow. Let's see here. Since 2006, Stokes had appeared in a number of network and premium cable staple dramas. He played 2 episode stints in shows like Rescue Me, that was Dennis Leary, the fire department. He was a fireman, NYPD, and which was a pretty good show, except until like I don't know, maybe like the last season or two until it was just out of control. Too much. The Americans, I never heard of that. Louis, that was an okay show until like the last season. Blue Bloods, which is a pretty good show, and his other acting credits include Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, Boardwalk Empire, which was a great series, and most recently Power, which is still running. I think they're doing like the book 3 shit, and I feel like it's hella ironic that 50 Cent being from Jamaica, Queens, and his character being Kanan, this guy is from Jamaica, Queens, and he shoots a guy 11 times in broad daylight. See how it comes full circle? Oh, yeah. And his acting career coincided with the film. Uh, his acting career coincided with the film debut of rapper Cameron in the 2006 direct-to-video crime drama Killer Season. Time- no wonder this man was on a path to destruction. He did Killer Season. It was written in blood after that, baby. It was only a matter of time before it went off the hinges. God damn. You got people, shit, that was, yo, he was putting together a goddamn catalog. How do you throw it away? That's what I never understood about, like, how do you just throw it away? Like, next up, Virginia wife charged with shooting, killing her jail guard husband. And in this string of attacks on men lately, this string of brash and brazen and extremely violent attacks on men lately, I'm I'm declaring a state of emergency. Because yo, it's not a story that, and I can't do them all. It's not a story I don't browse through every day for like the past 2 weeks. Some dude done been getting fucked. Some dude been getting fucked up in very bad ways by women who seem to just be like, I'm not taking this shit no more. And good for you, ladies. The wife of a Virginia jail officer who died in his home from a fatal gunshot wound earlier this month was charged with murder in connection with his death. Why? I want to know why. Come on, why? Mary Husky Palmer, 50, of Parisburg, she doesn't even really look 50, of Parisburg, Virginia, was taken into custody on Monday by officers with the Narrows Police Department and charged with second-degree murder and using a firearm to commit a felony, jail records indicate. Bobby Lilly, that is a country name, a bumpkin name. A prosecutor with the Giles County Commonwealth Attorney Office said that investigators believe Arthur Woody Woodrow Palmer, that's another bumpkin name, was 38, was killed in. Wait, what happened? This is what you do to me? This is how you doing me? Fios? Yeah? Right before it's time to pay your bill? Yeah? uh, Quality. He was well respected by his peers. This is what, listen, the superintendent of the Greg Winston, where Arthur Palmer worked for years, described him as a terrifically positive person and quality corrections officer who was well respected by his peers. These are normally the people, and I'm only speculating here, these are normally the people who have such high things to say to him at work, and he goes home and to vent from his high stressful job, he beats his wife every night after a fifth of fucking bourbon. That's what the fuck. That seems like the type. That's why he can hold it together for so long at his job, is because he has an outlet to go home to where he can, a pincushion or whatever, a punching bag or whatever. Because I don't think a woman after being married for X amount of years is just gonna up and shoot this man. Like, yeah, I really feel like it's enough and I'm not taking it any goddamn more. He also noted that Palmer had been promoted to sergeant in April 2020. Oh, got a promotion. That's when he really part of that promotion, that extra stripe on his uniform, that really probably put a couple extra punches. Really gave her a couple extra punches. Added stress, added punches for the lady. Lily, the prosecutor, please, and I do not condone domestic violence, but my logical brain is telling me that could possibly the only reason why she would shoot him like that is because he was doing something to her first and coming to work playing like everything was perfect. Lily, the prosecutor, said that Arthur Palmer had a minor daughter from a previous relationship, but he refused to release any details, including a possible motive in connection with the case. Yeah, come on. This is an ongoing investigation. Mary Palmer was arraigned on July 14th on the firearm charge and is scheduled for preliminary hearings. I think she killed that man because she was tired of his bullshit. What do you think? I think she fucking murdered him. Hid the bourbon, honey. Where's the bourbon? Don't you think you should? Your promotion ceremony is tomorrow. Don't you think you should like just get some rest? You look good, so you can look good. I ironed your clothes out and good old backhand. Where's the bourbon, honey? I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it. I can't do it no more. What are you gonna do with that gun? You're gonna shoot me? Yeah. Hey man, sometimes enough is enough. Let's get this shit off my page. What's next? I think she killed that woman. And if I always look crazy, it's because I sit in a swivel chair and I can't sit still. I'm always like just rocking back and forth in the chair. So please don't hold it against me. It's a fucking swivel chair. It's supposed to swivel. What you want me to do? Animal rights lawyer pleads guilty to hiring hitman to kill estranged husband's girlfriend. Yo, I'm telling you, man, these women ain't playing. That's why. That's why I made sure everything, all my affairs are in order with my baby mama and all that shit. Because if, oh my God, animal rights lawyer pleads guilty to hiring hitman to kill estranged husband's girlfriend. So, like, okay, Jennifer Reba Emmy, Jesus, an animal rights attorney in Colorado host, who hosts her own show on Facebook, pleaded guilty to a slew of felonies in connection with an alleged plot to have her estranged husband's girlfriend killed. Why? You know what you do when your husband leaves you for another girl? You do what all women do. You dye your hair, you cut your hair, whatever. You hit the gym. Now I mean, you trim some of the weight that you put on from being comfortable around another man, and you, yeah, read a couple books. I don't know what women do when they lose their man. But one thing you don't do, you don't sit in front of Desperate Housewives, or you don't sit in front of Love and Hip Hop every night with a pint of butter pecan ice cream. No, that's backsliding. Right. The Brighton, Colorado Standard Blade reported this week, in addition to the murder for hire plot, Jennifer Reba Emmy, 43, who is also known as Jennifer Reba Edwards, has been accused of holding a knife to her husband's throat, strangling her child, and threatening to drive her car to a tractor trailer with the couple's children in the vehicle. Jesus! No wonder he got the fuck out of it. See, guys, it's not always you, man. It's not always you. You did the best thing. You got the hell away from that woman. According to the Standard Blade, Emmy pleaded guilty to solicitation to commit second-degree murder, menacing, heat of passion, strangulation. Whoa! In any other event, that would kind of turn me on a little bit. But this sounds terrifying. Attempting to influence a judge, how? Violation of a bail bond, retaliation against a witness, and stalking, all of which all felonies. Jesus. She also pleaded guilty to misdemeanor charges of child abuse, criminal mischief, reckless driving, and evidence tampering. This woman is a goddamn menace. By taking the plea deal, prosecutors dismissed 11 other felony charges and 12 misdemeanor charges Emmy was facing. So what the fuck did she take? They dismissed 11 other. So there was other ones? Jesus. Emmy's attorney, Colin Brees, told the Standard Blade that he is asking the judge, pardon me, to sentence Emmy to probation. Hell no. That lady need help. But he said prosecutors have already signaled that they will be asking for her to serve time in prison. Thank you. Emmy, who was arrested in January following a multi-month investigation, regularly appeared on news shows in the region and hosted a popular Facebook show about animals. And then when she would get off the show, she would cut tape and wrap up or whatever they do in show business and go beat up on her husband and drive head on into a fucking tractor. God, busy nights, man. Busy nights. I was set up and I have been repeatedly set up. All I can say is I want the truth to come out. The whole thing is crazy. I don't want to hurt anyone. ah, that's like the girl that killed her husband and was like, I felt my psychosis coming on. So, as previously reported by law and crime, Emmy of Evergreen, Colorado, allegedly approached two employees on her Colorado ranch about killing her husband's girlfriend, who previously worked as an au pair for the couple. What the fuck is an au pair? It's like a it's like a maid, right? Uh, I don't know. It's like a maid. According to a 35-page affidavit, the witness made clear to authorities he wanted nothing to do with the plot, calling the defendant psychotic. See, she felt her psychosis coming on, so she figured she might as well kill her husband's girlfriend, her ex-husband's girlfriend, before it came on full for real. It's like a period. You could feel the psychosis coming on, but it was just fire. Know what I mean, did not care about the ramifications of her actions. He said, I want no parts of that. According to investigators, the man contacted them again to say that he spoke with Emmy another time. In this conversation, the defendant allegedly discussed using the 28-year-old as a middleman to a potential hitman in Texas. Oh man, you don't do middlemen. And first off, if the informant asked if she was serious about going through with the plot. Yeah, right? Emmy allegedly said yes, and they discussed the possible startup cost of 25 to 5,000. First off, if 2,500 to 5,000. First off, if somebody is only charging 2,500 to 5,000 as a as payment for killing somebody, then they're either not very good at what they're doing and they're just desperate for the money, or chances are they might be looking to set your dumb ass up. This time, the defendant was allegedly open to having her husband killed. So every time you meet with the guy, he's like, "You sure you want to get him killed, right? Yeah, you sure? I didn't hear you. Can you say that? Can you say that a little? Oh man, I forgot my hearing aid. Can you speak a little louder? I'm inclined to kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. The animal rights attorney allegedly said, saying her husband was the one leading this battle. Jesus, wow! What have we learned from this story, folks? Get the hell away from these crazy ass women. And it's not always the guy's fault. He just didn't get further. He just didn't get further enough away. He didn't get far enough. He just didn't get far enough away. Let's delete this page. That girl is crazy. That's the stuff of nightmares. What's going on? Do you keep clicking the same link, Avery? Are you stuck on an endless loop of just fucking shit up? Okay, members of multi-million dollar opioid drug ring sentenced, and uh okay, you see how they talking about bit like multi-million dollar drug opioid. This is illegal. This is why marijuana right now is getting treated like a holistic or fringe approach to medicine. And I was talking about this last night. If y'all caught me last night, this is why marijuana is getting treated, it's getting put on the back burner, because it just doesn't have like, it doesn't have the market strength that opioids does. Like, and we can all agree that opioids are far more dangerous, and what's is that it's just so saturated. The country, the world is just being so heavily saturated with opioids that, and it's so much money behind it, that you have no choice but to pay attention to the opioids, before you pay attention to the marijuana. And uh and then you have like you got pharmaceutical companies that's rolling these pills out, that's rolling these prescription medications out right off. They're rolling them off the assembly line as we speak right now in droves all over the fucking country, all over the world. And then that's one side of the coin. And then the next side of the coin is that you got cartels and you got the illegal side, the dark side of the business, who's matching what the pharmaceutical companies are putting up, but illegally. So it's a two punch. It's a 1-2 punch. It's ridiculous. The final legal chapter of a multi-million-dollar online opioid drug ring ended Friday as a group of millennials. Why they gotta be millennials though? Why you can't just say some that bullshit, man? Who helped run the dark web operation based in suburban Salt Lake City were sentenced to prison. Wow. Drew Crandall helped start the operation that eventually grew to shipping tens of thousands of fake pills laced with deadly opioid fentanyl. Our pal fentanyl. But not the I guess it's the dark web fentanyl, not the hospital fentanyl. Okay. To people nationwide in 2016. He cried as he grappled with his role in an operation that prosecutors have linked to multiple overdose deaths. Why isn't he being charged with murder? He should be charged to at least like involuntary manslaughter because if you get caught with a bottle of PCP, you get like a manslaughter charge. Or if you get caught with the same stamp of heroin that somebody overdosed on, you could get like a manslaughter or a murder charge for that. So why not? Why isn't this the fucking same? This is the difference. Like, yeah, I just want to say that I'm so sorry for everything that I have done. You were not sorry when you were counting that fucking money. It was coming in duffel bags, and you would wipe your tears with a fucking $100 bill and throw it away because it was wet afterwards. You did not give a fuck. Stop lying. So many people were affected by it. I need to pay my debt to society, and I need to take responsibility for my actions. He pleaded guilty to drug distribution and money laundering charges and was sentenced to 4.5 years in federal prison. Really? 4.5 years? And that's paying your debt after you've like, I I can't understand it. I really can't wrap my mind around it. The punishment for him and other defendants was far too light for Tova Keplish of New York, yes, whose son died after buying from the dark web storefront called PharmaMaster. Her son Gavin was 23 and bought counterfeit oxycodone after having surgery. It makes me sick. It's unfair, she said. I agree, ma'am. The defendants are young enough they can get out and have a life. Yeah, yeah. 4.5 years? What? Crandall has testified that the operation started small when he needed cash for student loans, so he let his roommate Aaron Shamo sell his prescription Adderall. Crandall said he scaled back his role before Shamo began selling fentanyl. Our pal fentanyl. Authorities say the 2016 bust at Shamo's suburban Salt Lake City home ranked among the largest in the country at the time. More than $1 million was found in the dresser. Damn. Crandall agreed to a plea deal and testified against Shamo. Oh yeah, how quickly they will fucking turn. Who was convicted of 12 counts and sentenced to life in prison. Yeah. Oh my God. Also sentenced this week were two women who packaged the drugs and at one point put together shipments so large they vacuumed pills off their floor. God damn. They each got 3 years in prison, while a runner hired to pick up dozens of packages a day and drop them in the mail was sentenced to 2 years. A gym, yo, this is all slaps on the fucking wrist. A gym printer Shamos who helped press pills got 5 years. Prosecutor Vernon Stichkow said the sentences handed down by the U.S. District Judge Del Kimball sent the message that anyone involved in the drug ring can face 2 to 4 years in a minimum security prison. No, it said anyone involved in the drug ring could face severe consequences. Fuck out of here. They all walked away except for one person. Still, the outcome is tough to accept for mothers like Shala Knighton of Salt Lake City, whose son was a grocery store dairy manager, helping to raise a 2-year-old when he died after buying Pharma Master pills. He had a good future. He said a family who loved him. Don't do drugs, people. Don't do drugs. Our pal fentanyl. Fentanyl is described, my experience with fentanyl is described in a previous episode. So you can always go back to find it. Dig in the crates. It is kind of fucking hilarious. It's very hilarious. It's not kind of hilarious. It's very fucking hilarious. It wasn't at the time, but today it is. Delete this. Next up, this is crazy. New Jersey brothers who made taking it back to Jersey, baby, the home state. New Jersey brothers do it. Three New Jersey brothers will pay 1.66 million to settle a federal lawsuit that said they made 59.6 million robocalls. It was just like it couldn't have been just the two of them. Environmental Safety International, run by Sean and Joseph Carney, and telemarketing company Carbo, run by Ray DOJ said the three Carney brothers agreed to a civil penalty of 10.2 million, most of which was suspended. They'll instead pay 1.66 million along with tax. Yeah. Oh my God. Who falls for shit like this in 2021? Working cooperatively, the two companies made billions of unlawful telemarketing groups. The first was 45 million calls, followed nine, followed 9 months. Oh, they wanted to cool off. Yeah, and then 9 months later, another 14.6 million calls. More than 37.7 million calls, or about 63%, were made to my phone during last week alone. Fucking telemarketers, you motherfuckers. Last up, I really wasn't recording none of that shit. Just to having a good time. Two convicted and 4.5 million international telemarketing scheme. Wow, another one. Two men were convicted Wednesday for participating in a telemarketing scheme that defrauded victims, many of whom were seniors. That's who really got to watch out. And they always tell you if it seems too good to be true, most likely it is. Child, very, very soon. Adios.